welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be learning how to create shortcuts so that we can move a little faster in Illustrator. So the shortcuts that I'm going to be creating are going to be very simple, very easy, and I'm going to show you how to set them up because Illustrator already has some preset shortcuts already in the program. As you may know, some of them, like to choose over here the selection tool, it's the letter V on your keyboard, or for the white direct selection tool, it's just A on your keyboard and that pops right up. So I'm going to show you how to modify your shortcuts and create some new ones, especially for things like selecting an object or making a blend option or having the blend option show up. So I'm going to be showing you guys how to do all of that. So let's get started. I'm going to first, let's just draw a shape. I'm just choosing the spherical tool or the ellipse tool, which you can just press L on your keyboard to bring that up. I'm going to click, hold down Shift and drag, and I'm just going to make that into a fill color of, let's do like a peachy orange kind of color. It's a happy color. So I'm just going to utilize this shape for the duration of this. So the first thing we're going to do is we'll go up here to the top taskbar up here. We're going to go to Edit, and then we are going to go to Keyboard Shortcuts. There is, on my screen, there is a shortcut already to get there. It's just Alt-Shift-Control-K, but for the sake of this video, I'm just going to show you the tabs. So, keyboard shortcuts, and a window will pop up. Now this window has all of the options for all your keyboard shortcuts, so there is no problem with that. My keyboard shortcuts set with a name. You can change the name of your saved presets for your shortcuts as well, and I'm just saving mine under Angela. I have a drop-down menu here that showcases a few options, but you can change that name. And in the list down here, you can see all of the keyboard shortcuts that your program currently holds. There are going to be quite a few that do not have shortcuts, so we're going to work on those. So for instance, I'm just scrolling down. Group selection does not have a keyboard shortcut. And let's see. Artboard, I think I created this keyboard shortcut for myself for Artboard, so let's just click on that. And then as you notice, there's going to be a box that gets highlighted, for the shortcut. So you can click in there, and then once you click in there, you can put any keyboard shortcut keys in there. So just type on your keyboard. I'm just gonna press Shift-O, and that way it'll stay the same. So if you don't like the keyboard shortcut that's already preset, you can change it. Let's go to something that doesn't actually have one. Let's go to, which items do we usually always go to? Oh, rounded rectangle. I don't have a keyboard shortcut for rounded rectangle, and sometimes I wish I did, because more often than not, I will use a rounded rectangle for many different types of illustrations. I use it quite often. So let's see if the keyboard shortcut N is being used. Oh, I didn't click in. Click in, press N. And it will usually give you this warning that says shortcut N was already in use by the pencil tool. So if you want to use that shortcut, then you're better off doing like something like Shift N. I gotta click in. Shift N. Shift N was already in use by the shaper tool. All right, click in. And just click in Control N. Tool shortcuts cannot contain either function keys or the Control or Alt modifiers. Okay, so that's something to note while you're creating your shortcuts. You cannot use the Control key or the Alt key or the Control key or the Command key if you're on a Mac. I'm currently working on PC, so those are the keys that you cannot use. You can also not use function keys. So I wonder if we can do, what about Shift L? Shift L, already in use by the Live Paint selection tool. So as you can see, this kind of can be a process. One of the cool things that you can do to create your shortcuts is to use anything that's on the keyboard, meaning you can use the numbers, you can use the punctuation marks. So because we were having a bit difficulty finding a shortcut that hasn't already been used, I decided to label rounded rectangle with a semicolon. Or is that a colon? The one with the dot and the comma. Dot and comma. Sorry, I don't remember the name. So yes, I decided to use that only because the rectangle and the ellipse tools both have M and L as their shortcut keys. So to keep on that same side of the keyboard, I just did that. I think it's a semicolon. I think it's semicolon. So there are quite a few different ones that you can do for the pencil tool. Let's just see if P is being used. Gotta click in, press P. Shortcut P has already been in use by the pen tool. Oh my goodness. Well, of course it has. So let's do something that doesn't normally get use. How about side left bracket? Already in use by the decrease diameter tool. That's a new tool that I do not know. Maybe not new, just I did not know it existed. So let's do, instead of that, I like to keep them close to each other. What is C? C is used by the scissor tool. All right. Shift C is in use by the anchor point tool. Alrighty then. So then for pencil, as you can see, this could be quite a lengthy process. So for paintbrush, it's Shift P. For blob brush, it's Shift B, which I have never used the blob brush. Have any of you used the blob brush? Let me know. But for this one, for the pencil tool, because for the pen tool, what is the pen tool? I'm drawing a blank on my tools here. Let's see. Pen tool is, oh, the pen tool does not have a shortcut. Well, let's give it one because I use the pen tool all the time. Lasso tool is Q. I wonder if Shift Q has been used. Shift Q has not been used. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, so the pen tool is one of the main tools in Illustrator, so it makes sense to have a shortcut for it. I just didn't have one for it. I never set it up. So as you can tell from this, you can very easily create your shortcuts and then save it under your set name at the top of the toolbar, and then you can press OK and it will save them. It'll ask you, are you sure? And I'll be like, yes, please overwrite my presets. And I will show you one of those shortcuts now. Since we just made a shortcut for the pen tool, I'm going to use that shortcut and do Shift Q, and the pen tool is now active. So I am going to use the pen tool to create another circle around this circle. I'm just going to choose a fill color of yellow, click and drag, holding down Shift on each side of this sphere. There we go. And of course it's not going to be perfect, but we're going to get as close to perfect as we can get. And then always closing the circle by clicking and dragging on the original anchor point. There we go. I'm going to click and hold and drag that over to the side. So this is just a very quick and easy way that you can create shortcuts within Illustrator. If you would like me to, I can also show you how to create shortcuts in other programs such as Photoshop, InDesign, and any other Adobe programs that you want to learn how to make your own shortcuts for. So go ahead and leave me a comment down below of whatever programs you would like me to do. And if you guys don't know, I have a vlog channel. So if you want to see what I get up to day to day and how I create some of my illustrations, you can go on over there and hang out with me. And I will see you guys in the next video.